Whether it's a first car for the kids or they've just moved out and you're looking to downsize, there are plenty of great options in the small car segment. Here are two of the most popular offerings. The Toyota Yaris is a brand spanking new model, while the Kia Rio has just received a major update and a bunch of new gear. Let's check out where you should spend your money. Both our test cars are here in top spec form. The Kia Rio GT line, the more affordable of the pair, is priced from $23,990 before on-road costs, while the flagship Yaris ZR has an asking price of $30,100 before on roads. Both come with premium paint jobs, making their final price a little dearer. Inside the cabin, the Yaris has a funky and fresh feel to it, but like the Kia, it doesn't feel overly premium, with lots of hard plastics at almost every touch point. Each have simple dash layouts with single zone climate control, manual front seat adjustments and a decent amount of storage throughout. However, all bar the Toyota's glove box are open compartments or shelves. Both come with 5-star safety and plenty of tech, including autonomous emergency braking and lane keeping assist. However, the Yaris is the only one to get adaptive cruise control, blind spot monitoring and speed sign recognition. It also comes with keyless entry, push-button start, navigation and a head-up display, none of which can be said for the Kia. Apple CarPlay and Android Auto are standard inclusions in both cars, but the Kia's works wirelessly on a more user-friendly and larger 8-inch touchscreen. Rear seat amenities aren't too bad in either, with head and legroom proving slightly more generous in the Toyota. Neither get rear air vents or a centre armrest, but the Kia does get one rear USB port, while those riding in the back of the Yaris get nothing. As for rear end storage, the Kia is home to the bigger boot, with 325 litres of space over the Toyota's 270 litres. Underneath, both get space-saver spare tyres. The Toyota Yaris is the more powerful in this pairing, with its naturally aspirated 1.5 litre 3-cylinder engine paired to a CVT auto. The Rio is also powered by a 3-cylinder engine, serving up less power but more torque, and mated to a 7-speed dual clutch. Both are zippy little things around town, but don't expect either to win any traffic light Grand Prix. The Yaris feels more refined on road and is the more comfortable of the pair, carrying itself over bumps and potholes with a bit more poise. The engine is naturally louder, and that's accentuated by the CVT transmission. Even with its softer suspension, it still feels relatively sporty and composed through corners. There's not a great deal of rearward vision in either of these cars, but it's probably a little bit worse in the Yaris with a rather large C-pillar. You do have blind spot monitoring though, which is a great help. The Kia Rio GT line is easy to drive and place on the road. The suspension feels more firm than it does in the Yaris, and when you hit some potholes and road imperfections, you sort of get a tremor through the cabin, so it doesn't have the same sort of supple suspension as the Yaris does. That sportier suspension makes it feel a bit more engaging and fun to drive on the road. I also really like the 1-litre turbo petrol engine in this car. It's super zippy and mated to that 7-speed dual clutch. It's seamless, you don't even feel the gear changes. It's really nice and easy to drive. Finding a comfortable seating position in the Rio though is a little bit more difficult than it is in the Yaris. The steering column feels like it's too high, and even once you've adjusted the tilt and the reach, it just doesn't feel that comfortable. You could have lots of fun in either of these cars, but the Yaris feels like it has more layers to it, and I think the more time you spend in it, the more enjoyable it is to drive. On the other hand, the Kia Rio feels a little less refined in the company of the Yaris, but that also adds to its sporty feel. As for price of ownership, you'll spend more time and money maintaining the Kia, with service costs over the first 3 years capped at $1,081. The Toyota, on the other hand, is almost half that at $585 for the first 3 years. That's offset, however, by the Toyota's higher purchase price and shorter 5-year warranty. There's plenty to like about both of these city cars. The Kia Rio's tech is more user-friendly, and it's got a generally sportier feel about it. However, some might find the Toyota's safety and convenience features easier to live with. Credit where it's due, the new Yaris has plenty of appeal and is arguably the more well-rounded of the pair. But it comes at a cost. Factor in the Rio's 7-year warranty and cheaper purchase price, and it makes a lot more sense. And for that reason, we can't go past the Kia Rio as the winner in this comparison.